Now it's Tammy Bruce, Fox News contributor, president of the Independent Woman's Voice, and Matt Schlapp, chair of the American Conservative Union. Thank you both for being here. Now, this is how the broadcast media was describing this terrorist. Watch.
The U.S. has stripped Iran of an inspirational military leader.
He is the second most powerful person in Iran.
In Iran, he is seen as a revered military leader.
This guy is regarded in Iran as a completely heroic figure, personally very brave.
Oh, the Mother Teresa of Tehran. Tammy, why do some media outlets insist on lionizing these terrorists? What's the motivation?
One of my favorites, by the way, is The New Yorker. Soleimani, a flamboyant former construction worker, and bodybuilder with snowy white hair, a dapper beard, and arching salt and pepper eyebrows, which I will have, hopefully, in maybe another 30 years. They're doing it because, and this is a knee-jerk reaction now, they've been trained, it's automatic, it's instinct, because this is a good thing that President Trump did. They cannot accept that something that would actually, in just the basic facts of reality, cast a good light on the president. So their instinct, like with al-Baghdadi, is to try to cast these individuals as these were like nice guys or maybe didn't deserve this, and Trump's a maniac, and you don't love him for this because this was wrong. They are so engaged in this delusion that it's affecting their ability even to relate basic figures and facts when it comes to reality. In fact, then it becomes a lie. It becomes a perpetual lie to the American people.
But it's repeated and repeated and repeated. Matt Schlapp, how did this guy become the Mr. Rogers of Tehran? I mean, what is happening here?
Yeah, well, I think Tammy's right that he is now a foil to Donald Trump. But I think it's important to put this in perspective. Remember, under the Bush years, when we went after terrorists, in many cases, we would arrest them and send them to Gitmo. But according to the left, that was abusive of their human rights.
Right.
So what did Obama do to enhance the human rights of terrorists? He started to assassinate them. I never read very many op-eds about it was a problem when thousands of terrorists were taken out with drones by President Obama. But here, President Trump has the audacity, after actionable intelligence that he was going to go after innocents with a new attack, takes the man out. Now we have to read all this about it being unconstitutional, an abridgment of human rights internationally. Barf, Raymond, barf.
Tammy and Matt, I want you to listen to how CNN's John Berman described the killing of terrorist Soleimani.
That's nothing compared to the murder of General Soleimani, and this comes during the Senate impeachment trials.
Murder is unlawful, unjustified killing, of a person.
That's correct.
As if we didn't have the right.
It's a legal finding. Yeah.
But he seems to be indicating here that the president doesn't have a right to remove a person who's orchestrated hundreds, if not thousands, of American deaths.
Yeah, all of the effort on the left, including the impeachment, is to try to make President Trump illegitimate. Their argument is that effectively he shouldn't be able to operate, he shouldn't be allowed to operate, he shouldn't choose Supreme Court justices, he shouldn't act as the president. But this is not going to bode well for them next year. The American people understand what's happening. They can make up their minds about who's dangerous. It's their family that are in the military. These were specialized strikes. No civilians were injured. We're going to manage this. Remember, he was attacked for removing our troops from the border of Syria because that was abandoning our allies. There's nothing this man can do that will be approved of, and the American people see this, I believe, for what it is.
Matt Schlapp, you heard earlier, there are some concerns, even among congressional Republicans, that we may be entering another endless war or quagmire here. But I want to contrast the hand-wringing and the depiction of Trump's order to take out Soleimani with the way the media reacted to Osama bin Laden's death during the Obama administration. Listen.
President Obama will be remembered as the leader who nailed bin Laden.
And it could be the defining moment of Barack Obama's presidency.
President Obama's talk about unity does reflect a real, palpable feeling in a lot of the country.
It was breathtaking and the moment of Barack Obama's presidency so far.
I haven't heard any of this breathless commentary since Trump removed these terrorists. Matt, are terrorists only worth removing if a Democratic president does it?
Look, it's a pretty scary thing, which is there was a time in this country where there was a national security consensus, be you liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican. When it came to our national security, we could stand together. I applauded Barack Obama when he took out Osama bin Laden. I'm disgusted that these Democrats who want to be the commander-in-chief and want to replace Donald Donald Trump can't even stand up for the security of the American people and our allies. And remember, we've been at war with Iran for 40 years. We've never recognized this regime. This is not a state that's recognized by the American government. They are as rogue as Al-Qaeda is rogue. And if it's okay to take out Osama bin Laden, it should be able to take out a terrorist like Soleimani.
And can I add, part of the media complaint is that, oh, this is going to be perpetual war. And even the complaints of some people in Congress. We were told it was going to take 30 years to get rid of ISIS. It took 18 freaking months. Donald Trump does not do perpetual anything. He's a businessman. There are endpoints. The faster you get something built, the faster you do something, the better for the overall picture of what you're achieving. This is about getting things done. And finally, we have an man of action in the White House.
Before I run out of time, I want both of you to react to this. Fox News' Peter Doocy today asked Joe Biden if he'd greenlight an airstrike to save American lives. Listen.
If you were ever handed a piece of intelligence that said you can stop an imminent attack on Americans, but you have to use an airstrike to take out a terror leader, would you pull the trigger?
Well, we did. The guy's name was Osama bin Laden.
And didn't you tell President Obama not to go after bin Laden that day?
I didn't.
No, I didn't. Now, Uncle Joe must be having a senior moment because that's not exactly what he told Obama. Here's Joe Biden from 2012.
Mr. President, my suggestion is don't go. We have to do two more things to see if he's there.
Matt, is it any wonder that Bob Gates said Biden was wrong about every foreign policy issue over the last 4 decades? What's going on here?
I'm having a flashback to another Democratic presidential candidate. I think Joe Biden was against the assassination of Osama bin Laden before he was for it.
Tammy?
Yeah, look, this is, I think, this is why primaries are important, campaigns are important, people being in front of the camera, being asked questions, hard questions, which falls always to Peter Doocy, apparently, which is great for us. But it really shows you the nature of what politicians have gotten used to doing, lying. And making things up as they go along. We're in an age now, technological age, where we can immediately remind people about what was really said. That's a benefit for the country. And these are the kinds of things that will make his candidacy, of course, and they have a problem.
Tammy Bruce, Matt Schlapp, thank you both for being here. See you soon. Coming up, what could Trump do to make Hollywood hate him even more? If you answered kill a terrorist, you're right. Tom Shalhoub and actor Robert Davi are here for more on Friday Follies. Stay there.